Thank you, Mr. Chair, and members of the committee for allowing me to be here today to testify on House Bill 5379. The product you see in front of you has been worked on with dermatologists, with school administrators, with educators from around the state to address an issue that I think is incredibly important. And I'm going to be very brief. I have with me today an incredible young woman who is a high school student in Macomb County who has a story that I think shows why this is so important that we address this issue. But we know that studies have shown that just a handful of blistering sunburns pretty early in life can increase the risk of skin cancer. And I know I have been touched by members of my own family who have suffered from skin cancer, and I'm sure many people here in this room today have dealt with skin cancer in some form as well. So prevention is key. And this bill would simply allow students to possess and apply sunscreen in school as long as they have a note from their parent or guardian. So with that, I'll turn it over to Madison, but I greatly appreciate your willingness to take up these bills today. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Madison Horton. I'm 17 years old, and I attend the International Academy of Macomb. A couple years ago, the doctor sitting right behind me diagnosed me with a rare form of melanoma. It required me to get cut under both arms, on my neck, and on my back. And from that 2 years ago, I've had a total of 9 surgeries. And I continue to see a specialist every 3 to 6 months to check up and monitor my cancer. From my experience, sunscreen has become a huge aspect of my life now more than ever. I'm advised heavily by my doctor to constantly apply it in order to prevent my disease from spreading or becoming worse. And with this, when I came and testified a couple months ago about my experience, I was introduced to Mr. Hertel, and he brought up the issue of introducing this bill. And at first, I was even surprised that this was an issue and that it wasn't allowed in schools. To me, it was very surprising to find out that we have access to something that can stop diseases at such a young age. From what I've experienced, I wouldn't want any child to have to go through that. And if we have that available and we aren't allowing that to kids in schools, I think that's something that should be addressed. I think it's interesting that we allow EpiPens and asthma inhalers, and those are important too because these are all life-threatening situations. While these may be more short-term, as an asthma attack or allergic reaction happens in the moment, having cancer and sunscreen is preventing a long-term effect and a threat to our lives as well. So I think that's very important to consider too as you think about adding this addition to the bill. For me, I wouldn't want anyone to have to go through this, and especially at a young child's age, if we can provide this long-term prevention as much as we can with the short-term, I think they're both as equal as they threaten a life equally. Thank you.